Long, long ago, in a time when the forest still listened and the rivers carried messages, Leopard was king. He was young, strong, and so proud, with a voice that made the trees tremble and every animal bow its head. One day, Leopard gathered all the creatures on a great hill overlooking the Sino River. His golden eyes blazed as he made a shocking announcement. Listen, all of you. The old ones are holding us back. They tell us to move slow, to think small, to never change a thing. Because of them, we cannot progress. If we want a new world, we must get rid of the old people once and for all. Let you rule the land. A gasp rippled through the crowd, but Leopard was king, and in those days nobody dared to question the king's words. So, one by one, the animals obeyed. Raccoon, monkey, antelope, deer, even the mighty elephant, they all went home and did what Leopard commanded, but Rabbit, small, quiet Rabbit, had more sense than the rest. He took his two old parents, gray, slow, and full of wisdom, and hid them in the deepest part of the forest. It was a place thick with vines and shadows where even Leopard rarely went. Rabbit visited them secretly every single night, bringing them food and listening to their stories. Meanwhile, the land of the young animals became loud and lively. They danced, they played, they ruled without any advice or caution. They truly believed they were unstoppable. Then, one bright morning, Leopard stood tall again and made another grand decree. Today, he shouted, we will do something no generation before us has ever done. We will build a bridge across the mighty Sino River using only sand. The animals cheered wildly. Sand? Yes. Why not? They were young, they were strong, surely they could do anything. But Rabbit's ears twitched. Something just didn't feel right. So that night he slipped back into the hidden forest and told his parents everything. His old father laughed so hard his stomach shook. My son, the old rabbit said, wiping tears from his eyes, who crosses a great river with sand. Go back and ask Leopard to lead the work. If he says it's possible, let him be the first to walk on this sand bridge. Rabbit returned the next morning, his heart pounding in his chest. All the animals were gathered by the river bank, ready to dump heaps of sand into the roaring water. Leopard stood proudly at the very front. Before we begin, Rabbit said, his voice a little too loud, my king, my parents, my elders once told me that great leaders always lead the way. If this sand bridge will work, then you, our king, should be the first to walk on it. The animals murmured amongst themselves, all eyes turned toward Leopard. In that moment, Leopard froze. He could smell the truth like blood in the air. Such wisdom, that kind of old world cleverness, it couldn't have come from Rabbit alone. No, someone had told him, someone old, someone who should have been gone. Leopard's roar ripped through the forest. Rabbit, you did not kill your parents? In an instant, the king leaped. Rabbit dropped the handful of sand he was holding and took off running faster than any creature had ever seen him run. He darted through bushes, over roots, and under fallen logs. Leopard's paws thundered right behind him, snapping branches and shaking the earth. Rabbit sprinted straight into the deep forest where he had hidden his parents, that place of shadows and silence. Leopard chased him right to the edge. But the vines grew too thick and the darkness grew too strange. Even the king of the jungle knew not to follow him in there. Rabbit survived. But from that day to this very one, he has lived deep, deep inside the forest, far from the open paths and far from the busy villages. And that, my friends, is why in Liberia you hardly ever see Rabbit out in the open, because Leopard is still looking for him, and true wisdom still hides where young arrogance cannot reach. Thanks for listening to this incredible story. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and subscribe for more tales from around the world. See you next time with more Story Time with Dennis Ja.